Hello everybody, my name is Vincent St. Louis. I want to give you a little glimpse into my life and why I chose network marketing, how I got involved with it, and how I became successful at the success level that I have. Why would a contractor, I was making pretty good money as a contractor, why would I go from doing what I was doing to getting involved in network marketing? And it kind of goes back to about 20 years ago when I first had my first exposure to network marketing. I got involved with the Amway business, and by the standards of network marketing at the time, I didn't realize the success I had, but looking back at it, knowing the levels of success that the numbers of people that get involved in that company, it's a great company. But for me, I just didn't get the success. I made it to what's called now the platinum level, but this was 20 plus years ago, and I did okay. But to me, I wasn't making any money. That's a little tip to the people that see this and get involved with the company. I was working really hard. It was not conducive with my personality. I was a contractor. I was a general contractor. I built houses for a living. And basically what I call myself a glorified carpenter. I was a carpenter. I had the contractor's license. I was a general contractor, but I was wearing my tool belt every day. I had a couple of guys working for me. At the most, I had 12 guys, anywhere from 2 to 12 guys, depending on what jobs we're on. And I built tract homes. And I didn't do the whole home. I did parts of them. I used my license as a subcontractor, and I had all the trappings of success. But I'm going to go back to the days when I first got involved with the network marketing industry. Is the first company I was with. I worked hard, and it drove me nuts going out there hunting people. I was told, and I still believe that this is the best way to build the business, but I was told to go out there and make a list of names and contact people and go out there and share this opportunity with enough people, and you'll find some people that want to join you, and you'll find success. And I did. It worked. It worked to a certain level. The problem was I wasn't making any money. And then life carried on, and we were working hard. I was in that business for 5 years. And it wasn't nothing wrong with the company. It just didn't work for me. I was scared of people. I didn't have a whole large list of friends. I wasn't the salesman person. I never sold anything in my life. So anyways, I started building houses, and I found some success in that. I got married, had a couple of children right off the bat, and I just put that network marketing thing on the back burner, and I basically gave up and quit. And time went on, and I started building my business, my construction business, and we found some success. I had the trappings of success. I had the big motor home. I had the trailer full of motorcycles and quads. I had the wakeboard boat. I had the toys, the rock crawler that I go out there in the mountains of Northern California and climb over rocks out in the middle of the woods. And I had a lot. And when I didn't have a contract, I was spending time with my family. I was out there with the boys. I've got 4 boys, and we go out there with the wife and kids. But what I was realizing is, I was stressed out. I was so stressed and about construction. I mean, if you looked at me on the outside, you wouldn't see it. And I'm going to tell you in a minute about 2 turning points in my life that changed my life forever. But anyways, what would happen to me, maybe you can relate to this. I'd spend all week, we'd be working, and all of a sudden I'd end up with no contract. And I'd be great. Let's get together, kids. We're going on a trip somewhere. We're going somewhere. We load up the trailer, and I work my tail end off to load up the trailer with all the motorcycles and quads, all the equipment we need, the gas, fill up the motor home, get everybody in there, and then we'd trudge off to the Sand Mountain or the dunes or Pismo Beach or something where we'd go play and have a good time. And then we'd get there. I'd unload everything. Now, remember now, I'm on vacation too. I'm spending my time with a little bit of relaxing with me, try to have a good time with my children, my family, but also to rejuvenate me. And I'd spend all this time working, unloading everything, and then one of the motorcycles or the quads wouldn't work. And so I'd spend hours working on the motorcycles or getting these quads ready and running, or if we'd go out in the boat, it was, there's always something, and I'd end up getting frustrated and mad at my children for things that they didn't do. Because deep inside I was hurting, I was in pain of knowing that basically I was going to have to go back to work. on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it was. You know, most of the time I didn't go out on vacations on the weekends. It was a weekday, so it seemed like we were having a good time. But you know, and then the campfire at night, when everything's all settled down, the kids are all back, and I could sit down and relax, and I'd find myself just staring off into nowhere land, just in a blank, and all of a sudden I'd hear, "Honey, honey, honey," you know, and that would be my wife saying, you know, trying to get me out of my, you know, back to universe, or back onto earth. And what's wrong? No, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. But you know what? Deep inside, you know what I was thinking about? I got to go back to work. I've got to fix the problems that the employees that did show up, what they screwed up. I had to deal with the employees that didn't show up for work, or I had to go out there and find a new contract, because you know what, that was my livelihood, that was my income. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. She homeschooled our children. So as I'm out there trying to relax, finally get all the quads running, get the kids out there, go out there and try to have a good time with my family, when it came down to time to relax, my vision, my focus was on what was next. What's the next paycheck going to come from? Where's the next contract? Where's the next dollar going to come from? And that's the life that I was leading. And now I made really good money. I'm not knocking what I did. I'm just telling you my story about what motivated me. And then something profound happened in my life. And it made me start wondering what was next. And one of my foremen on the job, this was about 2 years before I was reintroduced to network marketing. About 2 years before that, one of my foremen died on the job. He died in the blue room, the outhouse, the porta potty, the crapper is what we used to call it. You know, he died in there, and he had a massive heart attack, and boom, he was gone. And it freaked me out. I mean, he was a great guy. He had a family, he had a wife and children, and he, you know, and I came home that day and I told the wife, I'm not dying out here. This is not what I'm meant to be, and I sure as hell ain't dying in there. There has to be more to life. I told my wife was studying to be a natural doctor. She was in a massage. I kept telling her, you need to learn, you need to write books or something, because we've got to find another income source that can sustain us, so I don't have to do this for the rest of my life to the day I died. I enjoyed what I did, but it was just, I needed more. I needed some security, some freedom, because what happened with me is I'd make a lot of money, something would happen to the economy. If you're in real estate or mortgages or any type of sales, you understand what I'm saying. Something would happen to the economy. I live off of the nest egg that I had developed, my retirement plan, to get me through the low time in the economy. And then it started building back up, and we'd go back up, and we'd start saving money and buying the toys and having a good time, and then something else would happen. It was an endless cycle. And I realized at that day that I needed to do something else. I wasn't looking for network marketing. That was the last thing I wanted to do. But I started reading books. I started studying, you know, Robert Kiyosaki, the economy, and stocks and options and trading and real estate. And I started looking for a way out, a way of freedom. And then we got introduced to the company that I got involved with. And you know what? To me, it just, I love the product. The product changed my life physically. I was a contractor. I had a lot of aches and pains, and the product literally helped me and my family, my children, actually my dog. You know, it really helped us. So we kind of played with it. We, more than anything, we felt obligated to share this product with friends and family, but I was not interested in building a large business. I was not interested in going down that same road of out there hunting people and trying to make trying to put a square peg, which is me, into a round hole, which was out there meeting people, contacting, relationship marketing, all that stuff. It just was not me. I didn't have a large list of friends. I had 2 or 3 friends. We spent a little bit of time together. I was a homebody. I was a worker, bee, homebody. But what happened to me, so the first turning point in my life was the foreman of mine that passed away on the job. It made me realize that I needed something more. The second thing that happened that changed my life forever was the fact that I was driving down the road one day, and I was already in my present network marketing company for probably about, not even quite a year, but close to a year. Okay, we had a little bit of success. We were making a little bit of money, couple $100 a week. Wasn't nothing big. Excuse me, that was mostly by the fact of sharing it with friends and family. But what happened to me, I'm driving down the road, and it was a freeway, and on the other side coming towards us, there was an accident up the road. I could see the lights, I could see the flashing lights, and as you know, you're slowing down because of the looky-loos in front of you. And I turned to my left, and I saw what changed my life forever. And what it was the accident. Somebody in that accident didn't make it. There was a gurney, had the sheet over it, and they were putting it in the ambulance. And I don't know the story behind the accident or anything, but the story that I saw was if that was me, my wife and kids could not do my job. They could not do what I did. I was in the middle of building 2 houses. I was building them from the ground up, so we were in the middle of building 2 houses. I had my employees there, and if that was me on that gurney, my wife could not pick up Monday morning and go out there to the job and finish those houses. So her income stopped completely. All she had was what little bit of money I had saved up. Actually, we had quite a bit saved up. She could have sold all the toys, but you know what she was going to end up with? Having to go to work. The kids are going to end up going to daycare or whatever. She's going to end up getting a job at Walmart. All these thoughts start running through my head of what if that was me? And it was at that point in time I decided, I was sitting on this business opportunity, that it was the only chance that I could outwork anybody. That I understood that network marketing, people made a lot of money in network marketing. I knew people personally that were making $100,000 a month, and I wasn't involved with them. I knew them personally in companies that had horrible comp plans. And it was that point in time I decided that I was going to figure out what made people successful in network marketing. How does one person become successful and one person not? What is the common denominator that makes people successful? And what I started doing is I studied the success, not the how-to. The how-to is simple. Everybody can show you how to build a business, and I'll tell you how I built my business. I built it from the old school way of belly-to-belly contacting people, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But what I wanted to know was who made it successful. I found out people that are dishwashers, people that were doctors and lawyers and moms and single moms and people that were contractors and builders and construction workers and you know, restaurant people and waiters and waitresses. It was just all kinds of people, but the common denominator is they had desire in their heart for something more. They had a burning desire for whatever success meant to them. And I figured if any of them can do it, then I could do it too. See, I was a worker bee. If you gave me a job to do, if you said I need a hole, I need a 3-foot deep and 12-foot square, and you're going to pay me when the hole is dug, I'm going to get in that hole. I'm not going to take long breaks. I'm going to get the job done. And so I decided that I was going to do that with network marketing. I was already with the company I loved. I enjoyed the product. And so I just set out there and set my mind that I was going to win. I was going to succeed. If that person could do it, I could do it. And I'm going to tell you, after being in the business that I was in for almost a year, I wasn't making a whole lot of money. We had a little bit of success, but what happened to me on an October was, because we got paid weekly. On October the 28th was the end of a week, and that was the first time in a year that I didn't have enough volume, I didn't have enough business, that I didn't get a check. I didn't get paid that week. And I almost quit. I said, well, this business just isn't for me. I'll go find another one. And I almost quit. And so instead of quitting, I said, you know what? What I did the right thing to do. If you're in a position like that, call your sponsor. I called my sponsor. I told him how this thing's not going to work. I'm not the right guy for this. I'm not going to be able to do it. It's just not conducive with my personality. Some people can make it happen, but I can't. I went on this long thing of why I could not make network marketing work. And he said one thing to me, Vincent, don't let the devil win. You can make this happen. What I want you to do is promise me you'll stay in for one more day and talk to one more person. That's all I need you to do. Just stay on one more day and talk to one more person. And so I did that. I said, okay, you know what, I'll stay on one more day. And what I did was it gave me time to think about what it was that was not giving me success. Why was I not getting the success I wanted? And that's when I decided that I would do whatever it took, and there's a certain ingredient to success in network marketing that you have to do, and you have to do it every day and consistently over and over and over again. So I figured I could outwork anybody. So I went out there and I went to work. I started building my business. I started going out there. I started contacting, inviting, and sharing. Because there's only realistically two things that I can control, that you can control in any network marketing business, no matter what it is. You can control how many people you contact a day, and if you get better at it. That's it, period. You cannot control whether people get involved. You cannot control whether people join you. You cannot control whether people use your product. You cannot control whether they show up at your appointments. You can only control how many people you contact. So I went out there and I set a goal. I was going to contact 2 to 5 people a day. And really what I did was I went in 9 months to contacting 2 to 10 people a day. I worked my ass off. I'm not going to lie to you. I worked hard. And it just wasn't happening. If you are doing that right now, you're involved, you're watching this, you're thinking, man, I'm working my butt end off and it ain't happening. Just trust me, you're close. And you're saying, man, they've been telling me I've been close for a long time. Trust me, you're close. Just keep going. Because I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. In October, I didn't make any money. By April, I still wasn't making much money. You're talking 6 months down the road, I wasn't making much money, and all of a sudden something snapped, something popped, and the duplication started to happen. You've heard of Metcalfe's Law, and before long I went to, in our business went to gold and ruby and emerald, and in 9 months, less than 9 months from the day I almost quit, from the day I didn't make any money, less than 9 months I was making over $5,000 a week. We had people coming, over 100 people a week were joining my team. Outside of what I was doing, I sponsored 150 people in my team. Now to date, it's been over 300 people. But you know what? The point was, I took because I had a desire in my heart to succeed. I had a desire that I would not be denied and I could outwork anybody. I don't know what your number is. I didn't know what my number was. I don't know how many people you're going to have to contact. I don't know how many people you're going to have to share this with. All I know is you have a number. And I don't know what that number is. Only the Lord above does. But if you're willing to pay the price, there are some things that you can do to get better. I did everything. I went out there, I did drop cards. What's a drop card? It's a little business card or a flyer that has, are you sick of your boss? Your luck is changing now, or you'll work 98,000 hours before you can retire, or listen to me. I had little cards, and everywhere I went, I was like a little rabbit. I was dropping these things everywhere. I couldn't stop. I couldn't pass by a bank without putting them there. I did that. I did use a prospecting CD. I'd go out there and give out prospecting CDs. Hey, you open other ways to make money. Here, listen to this. You can go to my website, VincentSt.Louis.com. And sign up. I'll send you the CD that I of all the things that I did. I did everything. I did booths and expos and stuff. And I did it all belly to belly. Now we're getting into a little bit of internet marketing and finding some success there. But you know what? I built my whole business, my whole team, my whole community. I built with talking to people. You know what? So no matter where you are, whatever type of business or whether you work for somebody else, I want you to realize something. The economy has changed. The world has changed. Maybe you've never looked at network marketing again, and for some reason you keep watching this video. And you got to this point now and you're not really sure why. You're hoping that something will snap. Something that somebody will say will get you to get the courage to look at a business. I'm telling you right now, the economy has changed. You may be doing good, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that out there aren't. I've got friends of mine that were been 50, 60 years old, worked their whole life, worked for a good corporation. They played the game correctly. They played by the rules. And here at the end of their life, they find out that they don't have any retirement plan left, that there's nothing left for them, that they're going to end up working to the day they're dying. There are thousands and millions and millions and millions of people out there. Just like that, people out there that have no hope, and you are that hope for them. Maybe I am that hope for you. Maybe you're looking for an opportunity. Maybe you're looking for change. Maybe you're looking for a retirement plan, something you can do. You enjoy what you do. I enjoyed building houses. There was just no future in it for me. Maybe you enjoy what you do, but you know that there's no retirement, there's no plan. Maybe if that's you on the side of on the freeway one day and something, God forbid, something happens to you, is your family taken care of? Maybe you're a single mom. Maybe if that's you, you're like, holy cow, what's going to happen to my family? Let me tell you, there is hope out there. And the world is going to be turned into network marketing, home-based business, affiliate marketing. The world is going to be turned into that. And this is 2012, February 2012, and I don't know when you're listening or watching this video, but let me tell you, there are going to be more people coming into this industry. I call it the entrepreneur revolution. More people coming into this industry than ever before. You're going to be a part of it, or you're going to look back and wish you did. See, because back 4 years ago, when I started building my business, now there's over 5,000 people in 7, 8 different countries in my team. It's not because I'm so great. Let me tell you, I sponsor people that are way greater than me. I sponsor people that were just dynamic people. And some people say, well, you got lucky. Oh, hell yeah, I got lucky. But you know what? I put myself out there to receive the luck. I did the work. I put myself out there. Luck is called W-O-R-K. It's work. I did the work. You do the work and you'll get lucky every once in a while. You find somebody that just blow your mind away. You're just one handshake away from your life changing forever. But are you that for your sponsor? So I want to encourage you, if you're looking at this and you're wondering whether network marketing is for me, whether I can succeed at it, maybe you're involved in a company and you're not sure, you know what, stick with your company. Don't be a jumper arounder. If you're not satisfied, if the company's not sticking with the morals and ethics that you believe in, or something's just not jiving with your company, and you're looking for somebody, give me a holler. I'd love to work with you. If you're satisfied with your company, stick with it. Maybe you don't have an upline. Hey, I didn't have an upline. That whole time I built my business, starting in October when we already talked about, my sponsor was non-existent. I had no sponsor. My next upline was making $60,000 a week. He didn't even know I existed. Now, after a while, after I became successful, he became my mentor, my good, close friend. But you know what? I didn't call him all the time and say, hey, what about me? I showed him what about me. My actions created enough success that he said, who is this guy, Vincent? I need to go find out who he is because I see the growth down there. But until then, I was all on my own. There wasn't meetings around here. There wasn't anything. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I wanted success. So if you want success, network marketing, take a look at it. If you're looking at this and you're not involved, just take a look at it. What have you got to lose? There are things that are changing with the internet, with the things that you can do to become successful. It's not about the activity, it's about what's in your heart. You know, I've read a book called Talent is Overrated. It's a phenomenal book. If you haven't read it, I would recommend you do. Talent is Overrated. And let me tell you, that book, it talks about that it doesn't take talent. I sponsor a lot of people with a lot of talent, good-looking people. They didn't do nothing. I sponsored, people like me. Nobody would have given me the time. I actually sat down with a guy that was this big wig realtor, and after we went to the diamond level and we started making the money, we were going on the free trips, we're making, $3,000 to $5,000 a week, and this guy said, wow, Vincent, first time I met you, I didn't ever think that guy will never make it. You know why? Because he was so focused on who he was, and I didn't care who I was. I was just going to go out there and find some people that had a dream, and that's all I did. So anyways, my name is Vincent St. Louis. I hope this encourages you a little bit to just stay in the game, that you can find success no matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a single mom, a dishwasher. You can make network marketing work. And if you need some help, you want some support, you want to maybe join a winning team, then look me up. If you're on YouTube, then click on one of the links down there below. If you're on one of my capture pages, look over here, fill out one of them buttons, wherever it is, and let me help you. Let me show you what I've done to get myself from zero to over 5,000 people, over 100 people a week getting in my business, and to making money in network marketing to where I could walk away from my construction business. I've been free from construction for 3 years now. Let me tell you, dreams do come true. My name is Vincent St. Louis. I hope you have a very prosperous and blessed day.